Excellent delivery. Good move by Siobhan Troutman.
Well, you talked about Troutman a lot as Gordon cannot get the pull-up jumper. About how many old man tricks, old-style tricks Siobhan Troutman has in his bag.
And he's very subtle for the most part.
Hey, Antonio Graves, the freshman, banging down a three.
Don't be surprised now. Graves, throughout the season, he's had 3 double-figure games. He's accustomed to putting the ball in the basket.
Okafor trying to back down Taft. Troutman knocks it away. Gordon comes up with it. Now with Jerron Brown on him. A tough shot by Gordon. He will draw the foul on Jerron Brown and go to the line. Well, Connecticut 18-0.
It's indicative of the matchup all season.
Gordon, first team All Big East. Better than 17 points per game. And again, 58 points in the first 2 games of the Big East Championship. They might need him to carry them on his back the rest of the way if they're going to make a comeback, because only Okafor knows how limited he is right now because of the back pain. Troutman working on Okafor, finds Taft. Here comes Talik Brown with a steal. A little bit out of control. He still finishes. What a game, Len. Well, a foul by Talik Brown.
You talk about some dance steps. Talik Brown does it 2 for 10 in the first half. He's getting plenty of reps for the stretch run, knowing that Ben Gordon will be the focal point for UConn in their comeback attempt.
He's been out for 3 minutes and 15 seconds of game time, plus that timeout, so he should be well rested and available whenever Jamie Dixon needs him. Torrey Morris has given them a spark off the bench. Tough pass out to Krauser. Off the fingertips of Morris, out of bounds.
It wasn't even close. They're calling for an over and back. It was on the logo, but clearly had at least a foot between the line and Carl Krauser's foot.
Connecticut down by 7. If you missed the beginning of the game, the Huskies stormed out to a 13-2 lead, and then Pittsburgh went on a 32-12 run to end the first half. And as has always been the case with Pittsburgh, it has been a collective effort. Okafor. If that's on Okafor, and it is his 4th.
Well, right now, Pittsburgh doing a terrific job on Emeka Okafor with Torrey Morris. 275 pounds. He's standing Okafor straight up. He can't get to the spot he wants to. And then here, with the frustration, trying to make room for himself, you see the obvious charge.
Chevy Troutman taking the charge for Pittsburgh, and now the timing of it all as Okafor goes out, meaning Ben Gordon probably will need to step it up even more right now. Hilton Armstrong taking the place of Okafor. Julius Page has come back in for the Panthers to help defend Gordon.
Well, you talk about the chess game being played right now, and obviously Jamie Dixon has the better of it. His move and giving Julius Page some rest should pay off.
Jerron Brown, and he is called for the offensive foul. That'll be his 3rd. We're here in New York City, Madison Square Garden, Championship Week presented by 7-Up. It's the Big East Championship game in primetime here on Saturday night. With Len Elmore and Doris Burke, I'm Dan Schulman. Of Pittsburgh dominating inside. Their bench has been dominating the Connecticut bench. Okafor's on the bench with 4 fouls, but Rashad Anderson steps up with a big-time 3, and the Huskies are as close as they've been in a long while.
And that particular play makes you wonder if Jerron Brown is not worn down right now. Page gets the rest, but Brown was nowhere near Rashad Anderson.
Krauser for 3. Rebound UConn. Gordon somehow keeps his dribble alive and hands it off to Talik Brown.
And it makes you wonder what Carl Krauser is thinking, taking a quick shot so far away from the basket, never exploring the defense.
Atlanta's 7-0 run for the Huskies and a deafening roar in support of UConn here in the Garden. Anderson looking for the foul. Jim Burr wasn't buying.
Now, you're not going to get anywhere with Flops tonight. This is all about very special one-time performances.
Anderson with a quick 3, feeling it after hitting his last one, and now Pittsburgh going to settle things down a little bit. Krauser, the successor to Brandon Knight, who helped lead this Pittsburgh program to such great heights over the last few years. Now Troutman can't handle the pass. Boone the steal. Connecticut running. Brown into too much traffic. Julius Page soars for his first bucket of the night. But that should not minimize the impact that Page has had on this game. Those may be his first point. If Pittsburgh goes on to win here tonight, I don't know how you separate all these Panthers and choose who the most outstanding player would be, but that's not something worrying Jamie Dixon right now. Ben Gordon the miss. Gordon rebounds, and he's fouled by Jerron Brown, and that'll be the fourth on Jerron Brown.
Who stepped out on the first shot, but no one blocked Ben Gordon off the board after he missed.
Pittsburgh over the limit. Ben Gordon to the line. Connecticut, like Pittsburgh, struggles with free throws even more than the Panthers do. Gordon, though, is not the problem. Ben Gordon shooting 79% from the line on the season. Points tonight for Gordon.
And it's been a rough 16 points for him. Nothing has been easy.
He's 5 for 18 from the field. Husky fans on one side of the building. The Oakland Zoo on the other. Now a lot of banging inside. And
to the free throw.
Pittsburgh has improved their free throws over the course of the season. Taft is... They may not be pretty, but they both went through.
And I've said it before, you can look at this Pittsburgh team, and they may not make free throws with regularity throughout the game, but it all counts down the stretch, and that's when they seem to gather their focus and intensity and make them when they count.
Gordon again being hounded by Page. High screen by Okafor. Gordon the pull-up from the wing. 3 opportunities for the Huskies, and Okafor lays it in. 4-point game.
And you know what that high screen did? It forced Chris Taft away from the basket, and the shot was taken quickly. Taft never recovered, and Okafor had his way on the glass. You can start looking for that high screen on the Connecticut offense more often.
Taft working on Okafor, who got a piece of the shot. Jerron Brown. Taft again, and now here come the Huskies. Gordon, a good decision there. That's where UConn's gotten in trouble.
See, Talik Brown is not handling the ball. He's the point guard, but you got to put it in Ben Gordon's hands. There's the high screen.
Oh, man. Julius Page got all of that. Shot clock at 10. Gordon for 3. What a game here tonight.
But we talked about the reps that Julius Page was given on that bench, knowing he'd have to come up big. And there he goes, trying to make a basketball sandwich. But Ben Gordon says, please, sir, may I have another? Wham!
Nothing to separate the ability of these two teams.
Pittsburgh looking to take some time, get Connecticut moving, and that's when they like to attack the gaps. They like to isolate one guy, look for the help side to come, and find people.
Brown, the cutter is Troutman, and he will.
And if you're a UConn fan, you got to say to yourself, okay, fine, Emeka's gone. But based upon what we've done on the
2:19 to go. Make it 2. Can the Panthers beat the Huskies to win the Big East Championship? Will history repeat itself? Second year in a row here in New York. Big East Tournament Championship. This is a team, Len, that has only lost 3 games all year, and all of them went right down to the wire.
Absolutely. 3-point loss at UConn, double overtime loss at Seton Hall.
Talik Brown short on that one. Anderson for 3. UConn leads.
And then, of course, the 3-point overtime loss to Syracuse. But each time, as you mentioned, it's gone down to the wire.
First lead for Connecticut since 13-12.
And again, Pittsburgh cannot sleep on UConn just because Okafor is now out of the game.
McCarroll wanted to go.
Big shot, Mark McCarroll. Again, a guy who averaged 6 points a game this season. But when he sees UConn coming, he's a different man.
Pittsburgh back up by 1. You wouldn't be surprised if these two teams met a few weeks from now again when it mattered even more. Troutman the rebound on the miss by Anderson. And now as we near the final minute, Pittsburgh will get patient. Pittsburgh trying to defend their championship and maybe get a #1 seed. McCarroll into Brown.
Good catch by Brown.
Rebound Armstrong. Connecticut can reclaim the lead. We've got 13 or 14 seconds difference between game clock and shot clock. Armstrong not looking to score. Gordon is. Gordon driving, hanging, and he hits. What a big time play.
Page is hurt. He's slow getting up.
Timeout Pittsburgh. I don't know about you. I'm exhausted just watching these guys.
Well, we said it was going to come down to Ben Gordon, who had to take over. Julius Page, with plenty of rest, gets screened off right there. There's the isolation on Chevy Troutman, allows Gordon to get into the paint. Page tries to take a charge, as does Mark McCarroll. But Ben Gordon, with that elevation, rises above as he rises to the occasion.
Gordon with 21 points.
No timeouts. All right, UConn has some pressure.
They don't challenge, into the hands of Krause.
Here's the motion.
Krause loves to take the big shot. Is he going to do it himself or look for help?
Well, he's got to break down to Luke Brown. There's no question about it.
Driving. Boom, blocked it. Loose ball to McCarroll. Still 7 seconds left. McCarroll. Gordon with a rebound. And Connecticut wins the Big East championship. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. The officials have come out on the floor, perhaps to see if the foul was committed and if some time should be put back onto the clock.
I wouldn't leave anything to chance by making both.
A 79% free throw shooter. That's a new Big East tournament record, 80 points in 1 year for Ben Gordon.
Now all you got to do is make contact with the rim, force people to go up and contest it. No way Pittsburgh can call timeout. Game possession, call timeout in a half a second.
He hits it.
I don't know, boy. You get one chance at the basket.
Page!
Told you. Oh! Why would you leave that to chance?
And Connecticut, although I think Page, even had it gone, it might have only been a 2. But no matter how you slice it, Connecticut wins the Big East championship in a thriller here in New York.